Welcome to another edition of Infield Fly, talking baseball with you here during the hot stove season. We talked last time about the big Shohei Ohtani news, and we got a lot of other movement around Major League Baseball that we want to get in here today. Glad you're with us. I'm Rob Fisher. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. Keith Murphy is with us. He's a Chicago Cubs fan. Lang Whitaker, a Braves fan. And we're with you here today on hot stove season. Happy New Year, fellas. How are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's 0-0, and everybody's excited about the.
I know, right? That's the best part of the year, isn't it? 0-0.
Summer or winter, I guess. Yeah, like winter when we. Hope is an awesome thing for sports fans.
It really is.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not hopeful.
Already, Fish? Come on, man. The season hasn't started.
I'm not hopeful because there are still people out there, and I don't hear the Cardinals being interested in any of them, and they shouldn't be done.
Right.
What they've done this offseason. That's but it is what it is. And really, everyone at this point now is catching the Dodgers. After the Shohei news we talked about on our last show, now they go out and they get Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's found a new home.
Yeah.
12-year, $325 million deal. Dodgers also have to pay an additional $50.5 million for the posting fee for him to come over. The Dodgers, with just two players, doled out over $1 billion.
Somebody was joking online that they're the new evil empire now.
Yeah.
They said they're just taking the Yankees slot. Like everybody they're gunning for them and just looking at them like this is not fair. Like mid-market teams are like, how can we even compete with this?
Yeah, it's the 25-year-old Yamamoto received an offer from the Mets of 12 years, $325 million as well. Yankees also offered him $300 million over an undisclosed number of years. His deal is the largest for a pitcher in baseball history, beating Garrett Cole's free agent pact with the Yankees by $1 million.
But see, that's the thing to me. That's the thing to me is like everybody goes crazy and they're like, oh wow, this is like a transformational signing and everything. And the previous biggest contract was Garrett Cole. Like,
how about that?
Yeah, but like, okay, he got a lot of money, but maybe he turns out to be Garrett Cole, maybe he turns out to be Greg Maddux. I don't know, or whoever, but maybe he turns out to be just pretty good.
Are they really worth that money though, Lane? Pitchers?
No, I don't think so. I mean, but the whole market's screwed up, right? For pitchers now, like, I mean, if you can pitch and start, like, if you can go more than 5 innings, like you're pretty valuable nowadays.
Because it's weird to me, Fish, that because the limitations that they put on pitchers now, where they're not even like maybe 20 years ago, you could have said they're worth that money because they're going 7-8 innings.
Yeah,
they're not even doing that anymore. Like, what are you paying the pitcher?
No. Well, you're paying this guy because he's apparently pretty amazing. A mix between Tim Lincecum and Pedro Martinez.
That's quite a mix.
That's a crazy mix.
Yeah. So you got that, but he's supposed to be unbelievable. He's supposed to be so unbelievable that he's going to be the ace of the Dodgers staff. You have him as the ace of the staff, and then Walker Buehler coming back as well. Kershaw's not there for a while at least, but those two guys at the top, pretty good starting spots, I guess, for the Dodgers, because Yamamoto, he's supposedly unhittable.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Are you putting that in quotes?
The Japanese league?
You putting that in quotes, Fish?
That's what they say. Yeah, I'll believe it. I mean, what they said about Shohei when he came over turned out to be pretty true.
Yep.
So we'll see, but yeah, the Dodgers continuing to make the biggest moves in Major League Baseball. Also learned this week, Blake Snell is still available. Why? He's a Cy Young Award winner. Shouldn't he be the most coveted in baseball?
Yeah, but isn't his agent Scott Boras.
And the
I think so.
two teams that are interested, and the teams interested the most, the Angels and the Giants. He's going to parlay a Cy Young winning season into a deal with the Angels.
It's not
Hey, you can
happening.
go team up with Mike Trout.
Oh my
On
gosh.
Washington.
That's not happening.
I mean,
Kinda
they have
surprising.
money. They got money to burn since they lost Shohei. I would guess.
Yeah.
What
Sure.
was his what was his ERA during his?
It was pretty good. I don't
pretty
remember.
good?
I mean,
Was it under 3 last season?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't- yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like around 2, and he had like a way more like he had a lot of like strikeout to walk ratio was really good. All that. He just doesn't get a lot of run support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that certainly would change with the Angels. Man. All right. Major League Baseball is shortening the pitch clock with runners on base by 2 seconds to 18, and also reducing mound visits from 5 to 4 as they continue to speed up games. I like the mound visit thing
Yes.
I do too.
more
Yeah,
than anything.
yeah.
And the pitch clock thing, to be honest with you, as the season went on, didn't even really think about it. Didn't
Right.
factor into me
Right.
watching the game. So pitchers will deal with it, and so what?
Maybe guys will run a little more now that there's only 2 seconds. There's 2 seconds less for the pitchers to try to hold them
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, they were already running more. We already had more.
Yeah.
More everybody trying to steal bases.
Maybe it'll
like
go
crazy.
up even higher now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elena Rizzo from MLB Network. No, don't know if you're familiar with her work. She did a list this week of the 5 faces of baseball. 5 faces of baseball. Number 5, she had Ronald Acuna.
Okay.
Number 4, she had Bryce Harper. 3 Mike Trout. 2 Aaron Judge and 1 Shohei Ohtani.
I would flip because they're only putting Judge there because of the Yankees New York market thing. I just don't think he should be that high. I don't think he should be that high.
I would take Trout out of that list. It doesn't mean he's not. I think he's one of the best players in baseball. But like, he could pop in on Zoom right now, and I'm not sure I know what he looks like. You know, like without a hat on. Like I don't think he's nearly as, if he's one of the faces of it, like one of the most recognizable personalities of the game. I think Acuna is like way over him.
Who was number 4, Fish?
Fish, you hear us?
Fish.
Yeah.
But who was number 4?
Number 4 was Bryce Harper.
I
get that.
Yeah, Bryce Harper should be at least number 2.
Yeah.
At least. Like I could recognize a Bryce Harper like this. Like he's charismatic. He's got the way his hair look, everything. Like that's just weird to me, man, to have him that low.
The do-rag thing he wears. Yeah.
I'm with you, Lang. I don't think I'd have, and I love Mike Trout. I wouldn't have Mike Trout on my 5. He wouldn't even be on my list. I would have Ohtani and Judge probably 1 and 2, but I'd have Acuna 3, Harper 4, and I don't know who I'd have 5. Maybe Fernando Tatis, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. A little iffy.
I mean, he's still got a little goodwill to do, I guess. But
I mean, there's guys like Jazz Chisholm who are popular, and like he was on the cover of MLB The Show last year. You know, like he's pretty well known. But I don't know, the faces, like what does that mean? I don't know.
I guess the marketability beyond baseball.
Yeah.
Like if somebody was to just come in and say, I'm
what about like Mookie Betts?
Yeah, that's another name I would think about.
Mookie's a good one, for sure. Who would be the highest ranked pitcher?
Shohei.
Probably Shohei still.
You almost have to say other than Shohei, right?
Other than him,
Right.
maybe like Kershaw or I don't know, somebody like that.
I would say Kershaw only because of he still has
He's LA and
LA, he has the name. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. All right. Our teams, since we last talked, really haven't done much. Cody Bellinger, well, the Braves have. We'll get to that in a second.
I was gonna say, hold on now.
I'm sorry. Cody Bellinger wants $200 million contract. He's a Scott Boras guy too. Cubs have been kind of quiet.
Yeah,
Are they going to get Cody Bellinger?
it's it's looking like it's a toss up right now because they're saying that they're going to continue talks with Cody, but they're also looking at Reese Hoskins as a backup. Like they're literally talking about backups now, which getting me worried.
I'd like to see him. I'd like to get both.
I mean, if you can get both, that would be great. But don't say either him or Hoskins, because that's like I like Hoskins. He's cool, but yeah, 242 batting average. The injuries, I know he's a hit machine, but man, that's rolling the dice with somebody like Bellinger. So there, Scott Boras is Scott Boras, and I'm just praying right now. Basically, that's I'm on the edge of my seat with this. I don't know what to say, and it doesn't help that we're like one of the only teams, I think, along with the Marlins, Colorado, even the Yankees, that hasn't spent free agent money, not trade money, but free agent money. I think we're tied with 27th or something like that. So yeah, it's not. They give me a little nervous, Fish, just a little bit.
All right. All right.
What about what about the hometown discount that he was?
Apparently,
you were telling us
Lane,
about that.
Yeah, that's not happening, Lane. Apparently, but you know what's funny about that? I thought he was going to ask for more than that. That number kind of surprises me because I thought he was going to ask for like 250.
Yeah.
So I can deal with that number. The Cubs, listen, man, the Cubs got deep pockets. They act like they're a poverty franchise. They just need to get it together. Seriously.
Yeah. The Cardinals, meanwhile, with Japanese relief ace Yuki Matsui in St. Louis, he ended up signing with the Padres.
Oh.
That's it. That's all I got to report from the Cardinals. That's it.
Damn.
They met with the reliever who signed with the Padres. So they were in on the Cardinals last couple weeks. They were in on him. Yeah, no kidding. Speaking of Cardinals, the Braves went out and they acquired former Cardinal Matt Carpenter, and then released him. Immediately. So that wasn't very nice. But then go out, bolster their pitching staff by acquiring 7-time All-Star Chris Sale from the Boston Red Sox in exchange for Vaughn Grissom.
Yeah.
Interesting move, Lang.
What you think about that one, Lang? That was a weird one, Lang.
7-time All-Star, former ace in this league. Your thoughts?
Earlier today, I was at the office, and there's a Cubs fan who works here, and he came up to me and he said, "I know you're excited to root for Chris Sale for the 5 starts he makes for you this year." And I said, if he gives us 5 starts, I just hope they're like in October,
Right.
that's I mean, it's interesting. I guess they thought they weren't going to get any of the other, top line guys. I mean, if your rotation is Sale, Fried, Strider, and Morton, like, it's pretty good. And then you got Bryce Elder, an all-star last year, could be your 5th starter. Ian Anderson's coming back mid-season. Inoa, who was like one of our main starters a couple of years ago, he's back at the start of this year from Tommy John. So you're really just trying to find that 5th guy. But I don't count on Sale giving us all that much. Grissom was gonna platoon in left field. They were just trying to find a place to play him, and since they got Kellenic from the Mariners, Kellenic, then I think they thought, well, all right, forget platooning him. We'll just I think they'll just go out and get some veteran outfielder type, to play some backup minutes in the outfield. But I think really, like, it's more about the upside with Sale, and who knows, like, he was pretty good like the last 2 months of the season last year, but hasn't been very good the last few years. He's been hurt a lot, and the Red Sox are paying something like $17 million of his salary to the Braves. So he also has a $20 million option next year. So if he's good, then you can, like, that's basically what Morton makes. So if he's good, then you can tell Morton, all right, walk away, we're good, and keep Sale for 1 more year.
How many games would you be happy with him starting?
I mean,
realistically,
I would love him to start 30, but I would, I don't know, 20. I just wanted to be healthy for the postseason, because Morton's been hurt the last 2 postseasons. Fried got hurt heading into the postseason. Like, we've been so beat up with pitching in the October the last couple of years. So I would hope he's healthy in the postseason. The other thing the Braves have done is they've really kind of I think the lesson from looking at what the offseason has been is they've really doubled down on bullpen arms. And they have all guys who can throw. I was reading an article last night somewhere. They have all guys who can throw 97 or higher now. Like they got rid of all the guys who were like control guys and
Right.
guys who were like, kind of nibbling around the corners and that kind of stuff. And they just went out and got power arms. They got a lot of lefties. I just brought it up here. Let me see. So they have Tyler Matzik is back. Dylan Lee is back. They went out and got Ronaldo Lopez, who throws 102. They had AJ Minter back. They traded for that guy Bummer. Iglesias is back. Like they have a lot of arms now in this bullpen that hopefully, maybe you only need your starter, like we've been talking about. You only need them to go 5 innings, and maybe you can save them for further down the road and make sure everyone's 100% heading into the postseason.
Well, Sale's going to be nothing higher than your third guy. I mean, so if you're looking at a third or fourth guy, that's almost just what you expect from him. Or 5 innings.
That's pushing it, Fish. I don't think he would be third. I think maybe he'll be fourth.
I think he's the fourth. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And to me, that's a real good gamble to take on a fourth guy. I mean,
yeah,
and whether because if his whole thing is health, period.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if he's healthy, he'll give you 5. And for the most part, they'll be good 5 innings.
And he'll get run support, right? Like
absolutely
he's get run support
absolutely.
with the Braves. So
yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, want to remind everyone that the next Grizzlies Michelob Ultra watch party is this Friday at Rail Garden when the Grizzlies take on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 p.m. There will be drink specials, prizes, and more. And Birmingham fans, Gus's Fried Chicken is rolling out the blue carpet for you Monday, January 15th against Golden State at 5 p.m. For more information on all the season's watch parties, visit grizzlies.com/watch party. I will not be at those watch parties.
What?
Because I'll be
on the road.
I'll be on the road. I'll be on the TV. Yeah.
So no Gus Fried Chicken for you, huh?
No, I'm gonna have to get that on my own. Might go there today now that you mention it.
I know.
Also, the race is on to send Jaron Dez and all the Grizz to the 2024 NBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis this February. You can vote daily through January 21st at NBA.com or with the NBA app and boost your vote up to 3 times on triple voting days to send your favorite Grizz to the finish line. Check that out at NBA.com. All right, around Major League Baseball, the New York Mets will start in the National League East. The Mets have signed Luis Severino to a 1-year, $13 million contract. He leaves the New York Yankees to come to the New York Mets. Also, they hire New York Yankees bench coach Carlos Mendoza as their next manager. He's the 5th manager hired by the Mets since Terry Collins had 1,134 games between 2011 and 17. So the 5th manager since 2017 for the Mets, and it is Carlos Mendoza.
What could go wrong?
Is that the first Latino manager for them?
For the Mets? I mean, they had hired Beltran, and then
Yeah,
he
I
never
remember-
got to manage.
Yeah, it never
Yeah.
happened.
I'm
trying
I
to
don't know
think.
off the top of my head. I'll look it
Yeah.
up.
Interesting.
Philadelphia Phillies signed Aaron Nola to a 7-year, $172 million contract. No surprise there. Bryce Harper's going to play first base, which means the end of Rhys Hoskins. You mentioned him as a possibility for the Chicago Cubs.
You're forgetting Luis Rojas.
Yes.
Oh,
2020 to 2021.
What an era that was.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, just a bunch of other dudes.
Bryce Harper's agent says the Philly star would be willing to accept a contract that goes beyond the expiration of his current deal in 2031. Well, of course he would.
Yeah.
What is he? He's going to play until he's 80? What does he want to do?
I mean, what are you doing? The Miami Marlins first baseman Josh Bell exercised his $16.5 million option. Jorge Soler opted out of his $13 million deal, and Gabe Kapler named the assistant general manager of the Miami Marlins.
He just wants to he just wants to be in South Beach and like peacock around with his shirt
Basically,
off and stuff.
That's what that's all about.
How did he become such a baseball mastermind?
He just told everyone he was, and everyone believed it. I think.
Is that what happened?
He's got a great agent.
I don't know.
Man, Milwaukee Brewers hired bench coach Pat Murphy as their new manager. Okay. And they signed Wade Miley to a 1 year, $8.5 million contract. Cincinnati declined the option on Joey Votto. Jameer Candelario, former Cub, and the Reds agreed on a 3-year, $45 million contract. You upset about that one, Murph?
Very upset about that.
I'm upset about that one too for you guys because he was good.
Oh, he's very good. I don't understand what's going on right now.
Oh no.
They're a little too lackadaisical for me right now. Just getting me on edge.
And I'm kind of waiting for the big hit from the Cubs, and it's just I don't know what big hits are left.
I mean, the big hit right now is just retaining
Bellinger.
That's the hit. And right now, listen, they shouldn't be wallowing over, $200 million. Come on, man. You can find that. The Cubs can find that in the couch.
Frankie Montas, remember him? Remember he was really good with Oakland and then got sent to the Yankees and then never pitched because he got hurt. 1 year, $16 million contract with the Reds. The Reds signed Frankie Montas.
Look at the Reds getting it together, man. I think they might be the team in our division.
How about that? Pittsburgh brought back Andrew McCutchen on a 1 year, $5 million deal. And they signed free agent first baseman, one of my favorite players in the league, Rowdy Tellez, signs a 1 year deal with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
No, I love the move with Andrew. That's classy. Get him to retire there, retire at Bucks. That's a classy move.
Now, the Dodgers have been rather active. Not only Shohei and Yamamoto. Max Muncy, 2 year, $24 million contract extension. Relief pitcher Joe Kelly signs a 1 year extension. Jason Hayward signs a 1 year, $9 million deal. And then apparently Joe Kelly did change his uniform number. He was 17. And he signed a 1 year, $8 million deal. Shohei bought Kelly's wife a new car.
Yeah, that was weird. That was kind of weird. That video of Shohei giving his wife a car. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. You didn't mention Glasnow, did you?
Dodgers acquired Tyler Glasnow. That one kind of went under the radar.
That's a whole other thing. Like, that's crazy too.
Yeah, Glasnow signed him to a 5 year, $136.5 million contract after dealing for him. Yeah, and there's another guy in that rotation. I mean that I missed earlier. The three guys at the top of your rotation being Yamamoto, Glasnow, and Walker Buehler. That's about as good of a top three as anybody you'll find in baseball.
And that's before you get to Kershaw.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Kershaw hoping for a summer return after shoulder surgery. Mookie Betts is going to play second base every day as well. And Ohtani's going to serve solely as a designated hitter after his elbow surgery, although said that if the status of his elbow improves, he'd be open to playing outfield.
I wouldn't take a chance on that.
Well, he's a minimum salary player, so he's got to prove his worth by being able to be versatile.
That's right.
Put me in, coach.
JD Martinez being sought after by the Mets and the Angels. Angels going after JD Martinez and Blake Snell and hoping that turns everything around.
They're going to have a revival, Fish. It's going to be
goodness.
the Angels revival.
San Francisco exercised their option on Alex Cobb. San Diego declined their option on Michael Wacha, who left. Nelson Cruz retired with 464 homers under his belt, 19-year career, stints with 8 big league teams, 464 round trippers at his 37th all-time, just one behind Dave Winfield. 7-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger winner, received MVP votes on 6 different occasions, finishing 6th in both 2015 and 2020. Nelson Cruz. What do you remember about Nelson Cruz's career?
Home runs. That's it.
Yeah. Did we have a Hall of Fame discussion about him?
Yes,
he's got the stats too. That's crazy. When
I don't even remember discussing Nelson Cruz, much less.
Oh my!
But did you hear that home run total? That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like when you're behind Winfield, any category, I don't care what type of category. When you're behind him, that's a great career.
37th all time. That's very nice career. Great career.
Yeah.
So what would have happened if he would have got the 500?
Hall of Famer.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy to me. He should be a Hall of Famer right now if you look at those stats.
Although 500 is not a magic number anymore.
So who's the last one that got the door shut on him? Who had 500?
It's like
all the steroid people.
Well, yeah,
but that's because of steroids.
Yeah.
So not in the Hall of Fame with 500 home runs. I mean, I think most of these guys are probably in. Eddie Murray, he's in.
Yeah.
I don't even know who's in or out. Sheffield, I don't think he's in yet, right?
Sheffield's not in.
Mel Ott. Oh wait, it does have here's a Hall of Famer. Let's see, not in the Hall of Fame. Well, Cabrera, but he just retired. Manny Ramirez.
Interesting.
Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Alex Rodriguez, Albert Pujols, Barry Bonds. They all have one thing in common. What could that be?
Not Pujols, dude.
Yeah, you can't just put Pujols in there like that.
Okay. Yeah, he was just naturally giant. Played in St. Louis, body broke down.
Listen,
I'm just saying, there's a lot of breadcrumbs on the ground over here.
Lang's out here
wrong,
doing,
dude.
He's out here selling witch trials. I'm here like
I'm not saying anything. I'm
Put-
just
put-
saying.
put him in the water and see if he can with some stones and see if he can sink. And if he doesn't, he's a witch.
He's a duck.
Yeah. Padres also named Mike Schilt their manager. Remember the former Cardinal manager? Yeah. So he's now the Padres manager. That's interesting. And Yuki Matsui, the one that the Cardinals talked to, he signed with the Padres. $28 million deal, 5-year
Good for him.
contract. He allowed 24 runs the last 3 years. How about that? That's pretty
That's a lot.
impressive. Arizona signed left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez on a 4-year contract around $20 million a year. I thought Eduardo Rodriguez, he comes from the Tigers. I thought his whole thing was he wanted to go to the East Coast, but he's going to the Arizona Diamondbacks because he rejected a trade because of his no trade clause to the Dodgers, and now he goes to Arizona. I don't know. Maybe he just thinks he's
got enough money to make it worth it.
I guess so. Arizona also signing All-Star Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to a 3-year, $42 million contract. The Yankees acquired Alex Verdugo from Boston, one of those interesting deals with Boston and the Yankees. And then Juan Soto goes to the New York Yankees.
I just want to see how he does with that media. That's a different type of media.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think he'll be able to get away with some of the stuff that, like, when he has those long lulls, when he's like not really doing anything, he's just
taking walks.
Just taking walks, not swinging. I just want to see what, the New York Post has to say to him about that when that happens.
Well, and as he had a really good season last year. My only problem with Juan Soto is he doesn't just take walks, he hunts walks. And when you're playing in New York at Yankee Stadium with that short porch and you're as good of a hitter as you are, you got to swing the bat. You can't be hunting for walks. And that'll be my problem. That'll be Yankees fans' problem with him is when he, ninth inning down 2-1 and he leads off and he gets a walk and he's, strutting down to first base. And you're like, dude, I need you to hit one out of the park, not to just walk. And that's where people will have a problem. But he should be great. He should be great for the Yankees. I mean, and what a pickup for them. I mean, to put him in their lineup between, just anywhere around Aaron Judge is going to be big for Juan Soto.
You would hope so. But I mean, he kind of needs to be ahead of Aaron Judge so he can get on base so Judge can knock him in. Because otherwise,
no kidding.
Judge gets on base and he walks, then the base paths are all gummed up, so. I don't know.
For Giancarlo Stanton, who
strikes out, grounds into a double play.
Exactly. Craig Kimbrell has signed with the Baltimore Orioles. Good for them.
Yeah. Kimbrell will keep a job, man.
And terrify you the whole time.
Yeah. But they're such a young team. Like, I think it's probably good to have like one old dude on there,
Yeah. Boston signed Lucas Giolito away from Cleveland. Cleveland hired Stephen Vogt as their new manager, receives a 3-year contract, was a bullpen and quality control coach for the Mariners. How about that? Chicago White Sox declined their option on Tim Anderson. Mike Clevenger declined his option. They declined the option on Liam Hendricks, and they signed Paul DeYoung to a 1-year contract worth $1.75 million. There's your big White Sox signing of the offseason. They're tearing it down, and they probably needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're tanking it.
Yeah.
It's not good. Kansas City signed Will Smith, 1-year, $5 million contract. Does that mean Kansas City wins the World Series this year?
I mean, you would think so. Or they trade him. They trade him at the deadline.
These contracts that Kansas City just gave out make me think Kansas City just got guys to trade him at the trade deadline. Like Will Smith could be very valuable on a 1-year contract at the trade deadline. Michael Wacha, they signed to a 1-year contract. I mean, why are you signing Michael Wacha if you're the Kansas City Royals? Why?
I mean, that's what the White Sox should be doing. Because if you're going to tear down, like, you want to get as many prospects as you can, so you get these guys on these 1-year deals and then flip them.
You can trade them, trade them at the deadline. And Hunter Renfroe, Kansas City signed. And they're in on Marcus Stroman.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with Stroman, man.
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
Yeah. It's going back and forth now. I don't think there's any goodwill between both parties. I think it's a little icy right
now. Detroit signed Kenta Maeda to a 2-year, $24 million contract. Jack Flaherty, the former Cardinal, signs with the Detroit Tigers on a 1-year, $14 million contract. Holy cow.
Good Detroit.
I mean, 1-year contract with Detroit. Jack Flaherty.
Jeez,
you were supposed to be better than that, but not so much. Houston, not interested in trading Bregman. They're not going to get rid of him. But they did name former bench coach Joe Espada as the team manager. Dusty Baker is out. We're going to have to play the game of name that manager at some point. That's going to be tough.
Who he managed for.
Who he managed, yeah. Seattle traded Eugenio Suarez to the Diamondbacks. Texas Rangers, Andrew Heaney, he exercised his player option. Max Scherzer underwent surgery to repair a herniated disc in his back. As a result, he will start the season on the injured list, be sidelined until June at the earliest. Boy, that has not worked out for Texas.
Who could have seen this coming?
It hasn't worked out for anybody. It
hasn't worked out for Max Scherzer.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out like.
Yeah, it's been a disaster.
Man. The Angels, Ron Washington named manager.
Let's go.
Happy for Ron Washington. Here's what I don't like about it. Ron Washington named manager on a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
I mean, how old? Ron Washington's 70 something, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's pretty old. But I mean, he's 71. Like, I mean, if they offer you a 2-year deal, you're going to turn it down?
No, not at all.
But he should definitely get more than a 2-year deal, because they're not giving just 2-year deals to, managers like that. When you're getting a new manager, you at least give them 3. Very
so.
Yeah. And the Angels said they won't trade Mike Trout.
Yeah.
So
let Wash turn him around. Wash is going to get him on track.
That's going to be one of the biggest, when we look back, biggest mistakes a franchise could ever make, not trading Trout. You could have traded him you could have traded him as soon as you knew that Shohei was not going to be there. You could have traded him then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll call this now though. Like, Washington, the last couple of years in Atlanta was like the best quote. Like, whenever like the beat reporters would get access to him and could write stuff with him. Now he's going to be doing press conferences like every day and stuff as the manager of the Angels. Like, he's going to be unbelievable. Like, just go ahead. Let's start. We should have like a Ron Washington quote of the week segment or something like that.
Also, all 30 Major League Baseball teams and owners unanimously voted to approve Oakland's move to Las Vegas. Team could sign a short-term lease to remain at the Coliseum or play games at Oracle Park or play at the AAA Stadium in Sacramento or Las Vegas until the new $1.5 billion Las Vegas Stadium is ready, which is expected to be before the 2028 season. So we're talking about 3 years of
4
playing,
years
4
from
years of
now.
playing in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that's what it is.
Oakland won't even miss him. They won't even, they wouldn't even, it's like they weren't even playing when he was there. So, hey.
I'm surprised it would take them that long to build a stadium. In Vegas,
No
like seems
no
like they build a
kidding.
hotel in a year, like
Yeah. Yeah. That surprises me too, that it would take that long. But
they should
that's
play in
what
that
they're saying.
sphere. That would be cool.
That'd be really cool. With you two playing in the background, maybe?
Turn the sphere into a baseball and then like have the game inside. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah. They could probably figure that out. It's
Sure.
Vegas, man. They can figure
Do
anything
anything.
out. All right. Well, there you go. There's the latest on all of the news.
Fish. We got a Wanda Franco.
Oh yeah.
We got an update with him. I think he just had to turn himself in.
He was detained, I
Yeah,
believe.
detained in the DR.
Yeah.
Man, that story just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah, that's a story that just does not keep giving, and it's terrible.
He apparently has a court appearance this week, and no criminal charges have been announced at the time.
All right. Well, we'll keep you posted on that story. All right. Well, we're now into 2024. That means spring training starts next month.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Spring training starts next month, which means when spring training gets started, we'll have another program here. And then once the season gets started, we'll be with you every single week here on Infield Fly. So looking forward to the baseball season getting underway. But that's going to do it for us here on This Week, talking some hot stove with you. For Lang Whitaker and Keith Murphy, I'm Rob Fisher. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again real soon here on Infield Fly on Grind City Media.